studio.
All right, Paul, thank you very much. A Christmas Carol at the Playhouse in the Park is a holiday tradition for many people here in the Tri-State. Playing the role of Ebenezer Scrooge is Bruce Cromer, who joins us this morning. Bruce, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for asking me.
Now, you played Bob Cratchit for 7 years previous, correct?
Right.
Tell me about the switch, because that's about face, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, I like to think I'm a nice guy. And, I definitely have a family with a meager income, so I fit more into Bob Cratchit in some ways.
How much fun are you having playing Ebenezer Scrooge, though?
It's a ball. Joe Neil Joplin was the actor that I worked with for 8 years as Bob Cratchit. And Jop has let's say, he's taller than I am. He's got a harder edge than I am. I have, but the payoff is, of course, the morning after.
Right.
As Scrooge, coming up, waking up, being redeemed, having these three spirits visit you, not only because of the physical humor, but the audiences. That's why they're eager for that story, to see a man change. But that's when you get into the physical comedy and everything. It's a blessing. It's a gift.
And really, I mean, it's a gift for so many people who are there in the audience, because they do come year after year after year. They know how it's going to end. They know what's going to happen in the minute.
Right, which is nice. Our director, Michael Haney, always changes things. He always plays with us and tries to make the story new. But we've got a couple of new surprises, too, for the people that have been coming in the past. A couple of new twists here and there.
How do you make it new for you every time you go on that stage?
Well, the great thing is you sit down, and yes, it's the same lines, same blocking and everything.
Right.
But we'll have an actor who's feeling a little bit under the weather. He's got to bring that into the character in some weird way. You see it in his face. There's all these little things that go on between people, and just in terms of eyes and stuff, that changes the way the scene goes in subtle ways, hopefully. But that's what makes it also fulfilling. We do 40 shows, performances of this every year.
Right.
So the payoff is playing with your fellow actors, and especially in front of the Cincinnati audiences. They're hungry for it. They're so responsive to it. It feeds us.
And really, I mean, I saw the show last year. I thought it was fantastic. And Sheila was in the show last year too. By the way.
Yes.
You know, I really
Sheila had a great walk on.
I mean, no one ever has to talk about just the notoriety of Playhouse in the Park. I mean, it won a Tony, for God's sakes. And the other thing is, don't you think Cincinnati audiences are sophisticated when it comes to things on stage?
Definitely. That's why Christmas Carol can't be a Hallmark Hall of Fame card type of a show. It's got to have a little more sophistication, and this version with Dickens' writing in terms of the playwriting included in it, it's got more of a, let's say, a darker aspect of human nature, but it still pays off with this glorious, well-set, well-lit production that at the end is about the human spirit conquering, let's say, all the things that are negative in humanity.
We can all change our lives around, and that's really the great message.
Like that. You don't need 3 ghosts for a long night.
You know, you can just make the decision and do it. A Christmas Carol, 40 shows during the holiday season. 513-421-3888. The number to call. You can get more information at fox19.com. Bruce Cromer does an excellent Ebenezer Scrooge, a Scrooge that you fall in love with at the end of the show. All the best to you. We have much more of the Fox 19 Morning News to come, including this. We're going to take a look at some Oscar-worthy movies new to DVD this week. Also.